Oh, and somebody's just popped in. So, good. All right. So hang on. She's connecting to audio. So welcome, Jessica. I know you just got here, so that's great. You guys can go ahead and mute yourselves out, and then you can unmute yourselves as you're ready. I've just started the call recording. If you can, I would go up to the top right. Oh no, it's not going to matter. I was going to say go up to the top right corner of the screen and just change it to speaker, but most of the beginning part of this anyway is a screen share. So, and as people want to come in, I'm going to just let them in. So we'll welcome them as they arrive. I am Hallie Evelyn. I am the co-founder of Transformational Tours and Retreats. I have been leading spiritual tours around the world for almost 2 decades now. And I started because I was an atheist the first time I went to Egypt, but not by the time I came home. It's a longer story, but if you want to get all the details, you can read my book, Red Goddess Rising, which you can buy on Amazon. But I wrote that to explain the inexplicable. What I've described to people for years is it was like spirit hit me upside the head and told me I had a soul and I would never die. And so that really changed everything for me. My co-leader on this trip is Sam Calvani, who is here this evening. Hi, Sam. And it's especially awesome that Sam's here because it's actually 7:30 in the morning in Australia. You're a bright-eyed and bushy-tailed young lady. We're happy to have you. Sam and I met on our Egypt trip in March, and we sort of naturally fell into this kind of co-priestessing thing on the during the ceremonies and the initiations, which is not normal for me. Normally, it's like if you're not a tour leader, like you're on the other side of things. But she just had the energy, and I'm sure you'll get to see some of that this evening. But it was a no-brainer to say, Sam, let's do this next one together. And she was like, okay. So, so Sam, do you want to just say a few words as we're getting started? Oh, no.
Oh, sorry, I thought I was on mute. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining this call today. I am so deeply honored to be co-hosting this tour with Hallie. I'm super excited. I have such a deep connection with Egypt, especially with the goddess Isis and the goddess Hathor. And I'm just so happy to be able to share this experience and be able to offer my services and healing to those who join us today and on the trip.
Yeah, awesome. That's beautiful. We're so excited. Yeah, so tonight you're going to get a taste of this experience. If you're interested in the transformation and vacation just experience that you'll have this evening, that's perfectly fine. If you're thinking about joining us for our Egypt tour in October 18th to 31st, we would absolutely love to have you. We still have a few spots left for that trip, and we're about to close it out. So it would be really great to have you. And we'll talk about that at the end of the call. But for right now, we really want you to just kind of sit back, unless you're PJ, in which case you're already here and you're already coming. We're so excited. But just start thinking about whether you'd love to come. And if you would love to come, then we'd love to take you on this journey for the next hour or so, 45 minutes. We'll start with I'll call it the spiritual arc of the trip. So I'm not going to show you the hotels. I'm not going to show you the day for day itinerary. I'm going to show you what Egypt feels like. That's the objective of this, and to spend time with the goddesses of Egypt. And Sam is going to share some healing work afterwards. If you have any burning questions that you have about anything that you're experiencing, we're going to bring in the goddesses and let them help get your questions answered. Sam's work is profound. It's one of the reasons that I was so excited to have her with us. So yeah, let's get started. Sam, I'd love for you to bring in Isis's energy and to open the experience of transformation and vacation.
Sure. All right. So what I'll get everybody to do is just to close your eyes and just start taking some really big, deep breaths, breathing in through your nose and just breathing out. But as you're breathing, I'm just going to ask you to give yourself permission to allow yourself to immerse in this experience, to open your heart up to the energy of Egypt and allow yourself to receive any messages, ideas that come directly from Egypt and from the goddess Isis. And I now invoke Goddess Isis to bless us, to fill us with joy, love, abundance, to open us up to receive all the energy of Egypt from today and always, and to keep our hearts open so that we may always feel the energy of the goddess running and coursing through us, leading us to our highest and best good. And so it is.
So it is. Amen. Beautiful. Thank you so much. All right. And I'm just going to let Haley in as she is joining us. And give me 1 second as I start my screen share. Hello and welcome. Glad you could be here, Haley. Bloom Holistic Healing. Oh, I love your logo. Gorgeous. And Haley, feel free to include your, feel free to turn your video on. Some of us have it on, some of us don't. But if you'd like to, we'd love to see your face. Okay, so as I said, I'm Hallie Evelyn. I'm the founder of Transformational Tours and Retreats, which is, by the way, I think we're just entering our 6th year. I think it's our 6th year, maybe our 7th year. I don't remember. Anyway, we've been doing this a minute. And this is going to be my 34th trip, I believe, to Egypt. So I've also been doing this a minute. And the team that I work with on the ground is so wonderful. Sam knows. These men are my brothers. I've been with them for 15 and 25 years. Everything. You are so cradled when you go to Egypt. So I don't have to worry about anything when I get there. So I have time to take these stunning pictures. This picture is actually a peek. It is not composed. It is not edited or filtered in any way. I took this shot in the Egyptian Museum of one of the 4 goddesses surrounding Tutankhamun's canopic case, which is all gold leaf, and they are all gold leaf. So they are this bright gold just as you stand there, and they are almost the height of a person. They're so beautiful. I actually have, I don't know if you could see this, but I have a miniature set of the 4 of them on my altar over here, and these women are just stunning. This is the goddess Nephthys, Isis's sister. So we are going to embark right now on Transformation and Vacation, a virtual tour into ancient ways in honor of our upcoming Nile Passage tour. We'd like to invite you to step through the gateway of Osiris. Some of you may know that the Suez Canal destroyed and flooded several of the temples in Egypt, Abu Simbel and the temple of Isis at Philae, which is very near and dear to our hearts. It goes along with the root chakra. We will be visiting there. And this actually is the only piece of the old temple remaining in the old site. So we invite you energetically to step through this special portal as we continue on our journey. We start our morning, the first day we arrive between the paws of the Sphinx. This is not a purchased shot. This is a picture that I took in March because we will be visiting the Sphinx at dawn where we will do a ceremony between the paws. You see the paws there, but I have one picture of me standing there, so you can see the height differential. But it's about, the paws are about the size of a person and a half, so they're very, very, very big. And we stand between, you can just see, if you see my mouse peeking over the paws, the center stela of the Sphinx. And we actually gather our whole group in there, I've had 70 people in there. I mean, the 20 of us that are going to be on this trip are going to be swallowed by the Sphinx. It just is so magical. Sam, can you talk about what your experience was the first time you saw the Sphinx?
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, we pulled in on the bus at dawn or just before dawn, and I could feel my energy. Like, if you don't know, I'm a healer. Oh, Hallie's mentioned it. I'm a very connected, deep healer. To the earth, to the gods, to the energies. And as we were pulling up on the bus, I could feel my energy starting to shift. I feel a lot. I'm a very strong feeler. And I could feel my energy starting to shift. And as the bus pulled up, I could see the Sphinx, and my whole body just started like shaking. And I was like so excited. Once we started walking in, I started hearing messages. And I started listening and tuning into the energy of the Sphinx. And the energy of the Sphinx was telling me that I was there to help activate and heal that part of Egypt, and activate the Sphinx and the pyramids around it to start healing at a deeper level for those who visited. So I was there activating not only myself, but everyone as part of the group. And to be there inside, it just transports you to another level within yourself. It activates something within you that you may not be able to comprehend at the conscious level, but your heart starts speaking to you, and that connection to yourself starts deepening from this point. And it is one of the most magical experiences. And just to be there knowing that you're standing inside the pores of a structure that is thousands of years old is just incredible.
Oh, PJ, I see your arms waving.
Oh my God. I'm just like,
yeah, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be
It
amazing.
is.
I'm so happy you're coming.
quite epic.
So at this moment, I want you all to take a deep breath. I want you to look at the Sphinx, and I want you to feel your third eye chakra opening. I want you to feel the energy that the Sphinx brings. It is such an enigmatic experience to be standing here. And virtually right now, you are all standing here. By the way, if you are not seeing this in full screen, please switch your Zoom to full screen so you can really see that. I also want to let you in on just a little teeny weeny bit of one of the ancient mysteries. Supposedly, they say that the Sphinx is built by the pharaoh whose stela is between the Sphinx. But the story tells something very different. The story tells that when the pharaoh came upon the Sphinx, it was buried fully, and he fell asleep under the chin of the Sphinx, and he got a message that if he cleared the Sphinx, he was one of the princes, and he was like the second or third son, but he got the message that if he cleared the sand from the area of the Sphinx enclosure, he would be pharaoh. And indeed, that is what happened. And no one actually has any idea how old the Sphinx is, but I can tell you that they said that there was wind erosion on the Sphinx, but we've had geologists there who have said, look, the rocks don't lie, it's actually water erosion. Well, the last time there was water erosion on the Sphinx, it was 12,000 BC. So it's really, really powerful. And PJ, I'm just going to mute you out real quick. Okay, if you need to ask any questions or whatever, you're fine. If you need to ask any questions or whatever, just unmute. Okay, great. So we're going to move on to sailing the Nile River. Timeless, ageless, calming, and rejuvenating. And imagine right now that you are on a private cruise ship with only the 10 cabins that hold our guests, and you have a private chef. And this is the most waves you'll see the entire time you're there. It's like a bathtub. So imagine that you are just sailing along, carefree, allowing the very energy of the Nile to rejuvenate you. And maybe even that you're swimming in the Nile River, because that's something that on the private cruise ship we do get to do. So just enjoy that view for a moment. This is sunset over probably Luxor, because it's big, or else coming into the Esna locks, because we will cross the locks as well. So as I mentioned, the temple to Isis at Philae has been moved, and that is where it has been moved to. So we are we start our trip in Aswan, and we go into Philae Temple and we open our root chakra. So just feel your root chakra right now. Feel it softening. And we've gotten to the south of Egypt, which is such a delicate, beautiful place. It's about 10 degrees warmer, which in October is nice, by the way. Imagine right now that there's a cool breeze. You might need a little jacket at night, and you're just enjoying beautiful weather, 70 degrees or so during the day. It's maybe 75, closer to 80 by the time we get here to the south, about 10 degrees warmer. And everything is just very soft, very feminine. The energy of Cairo is very masculine, and the energy of Aswan is deeply feminine. So enjoy that. We're looking at the kiosk of Trajan on the sacred lake right now. So just enjoy that view for a moment. And now, the Aswan Spice Market. Throughout our journey tonight, and when you travel with us live, we visit so many local things. You get to see local goods, you get to meet local people. I've known the man in this picture for 15 years already. And everything is very fresh. If you're into macrobiotic food, everything has been made, like farm to table in a very short period of time. They just, bring in the local goods onto the ship every day, and our private chef cooks it. So imagine that spices that line these walls, and also throughout all of the other stalls of the market, are coming home in your pocket. Okay. And we get to take a little bit of our pilgrimage by camel, visiting the delightful Nubian village. We take a ferry out. So just imagine that we're all on camelback right now, and just get ready to ride into the rest of this beautiful experience. The Nubian people are very special. They are the most, what we would consider, African looking people in Egypt. Their skin is like night, and they are beautiful people. And their local villages are built with these round roofs to help keep them cool. And they are very welcoming, and they are mostly in Aswan. So we'll go to this beautiful Nubian village and see all of the local colors. So just take that in for a moment. Notice the crocodile on the nearest wall these are just little dwellings. So just check that out. But we visit a whole Nubian village and just really enjoy dancing and singing with the people. It's beautiful. And then, of course, night after night, a whole week of our 2 weeks. Normally the big cruise ships, you only sail 3 nights. If you want to sail longer than that, you have to go the other direction. And the cruise ships, my team says they're kind of just transportation. But we will be on our own private cruise ship. As I said, only the 10 rooms. So right now, I just want you to feel that you've been for a long day, you've been to Egypt, you've been traveling around, and now you come back to the cruise ship, where we have the tranquility on the ancient waterway. And you will see just miles and miles of farmland. The cruise ships sail much faster. The sailing on the dahabeah, which is the kind of ship that it is. It's the kind of ship that Caesar and Cleopatra honeymooned on. So these ships have been sailing the Nile for a very long time. When Howard Carter went around in the winters to all of the private ships that were owned by the British who were wintering in Egypt, gathering money for his expeditions in the Valley of the Kings that led to him uncovering Tutankhamun's tomb. He would visit all of the salons of the wealthy people on their private dahabeyas. So it's really just a magnificent experience to get to even be participating in this. It's like you're getting to see this 1,000-year-old experience. Sam, how was the dahabeya for you?
I'm already dreaming of being on it. It is such a beautiful experience to wake up knowing that you're cruising very gently and very softly on the Nile, just to feel and hear the waves of the water splashing underneath you through the window, and just looking out and just looking at all the farmland. And as you're cruising by, what you also see is a lot of people, a lot of young men farming. And when they look out at you, they're actually waving at you. You know, they're so welcoming. So it's so beautiful. But, you know, the food was amazing as well. Like, I really enjoyed the food on, you know, that our private chef cooked. But one of the things I got a lot of enjoyment out of was just being able to lay on the deck at nighttime and just look up at the stars. Because, you know, we're in the middle of nowhere. We're in the southern end of Egypt, and while we're cruising, looking out at the stars on a beautiful, warm, clear night is just one of the most incredible experiences that you could ever have. Like, I'm dreaming of that already. I'm dreaming of just laying out on the deck and just looking at the stars. So my body and my body's physically here, but my soul's already in Egypt for October.
That's beautiful, Sam. Thank you so much. Yeah, I would come upstairs every night and there would be like 4 or 5 people like snuggled like it was a slumber party and under the blankets, because it was a little cold when we were there in March, and they'd all be like stargazing for 4 or 5 hours. It was really great, really beautiful. This is what you see during the day. That's actually a water buffalo in the front of the image. Water buffalo is just in a little puddle of water cooling off, and then a couple of farm donkeys, and you can see another water buffalo in the distance. But there's this is called, believe it or not, this is called hashish, but it's not the kind of hashish you're thinking of. It's actually, that's the Arabic word for grass. So and this is the local grasses that are gathered by the farmers. So whenever we go, it's just different times of, you know, different seasons, but it's really, really beautiful. So this is actually my business partner, Sandy, who on her first trip stood in this power spot at Kom Ombo Temple. So at this moment, I want you to feel your sacral chakra opening so that you can step into your power, whatever that means for you. Maybe it means you're going to come on this trip. Maybe it means you're going to say something to somebody who needs to be told the thing that you're thinking of right now. Maybe you're going to allow your connection to spirit to deepen. Whatever it is for you that stepping into your power means, this is the moment for you to do that, as Sandy represents you standing at this sacred power spot where, if you look at the picture, Pharaoh is being anointed by Sekhmet, by Horus, by Isis, and by Thoth. So all of these gods and goddesses of wisdom, you can see Pharaoh is holding the Ankh, the key of life, in his hand. But here, Sekhmet, the lion-headed goddess, is also breathing into Pharaoh's mouth the key of life, the Ankh. We don't necessarily understand these symbols, but we can see the power of them. And we can also see, everybody look, what are they doing with their hands? We can see Reiki. We can see the transfer of energy as they hold their hands up, blessing the Pharaoh and transmitting the energy of the gods to Pharaoh. So isn't that wonderful? And you'll see relief carvings like this all over when you go. In this moment, we're moving into an experience in the Valley of the Kings with the goddess Isis, healing, magic, power, and creation. Look at those wings. And this is actually the top lintel of one of the tombs in the Valley of the Kings. It's just beautiful. And there's an optional tour on this trip if you want to go into the valley very early in the morning when there won't be very many people around at all. It's really special. This is also Hatshepsut's tomb. Hatshepsut was a powerful god, a powerful pharaoh in her own right. She ruled as a man. This is the oldest two-story building in the world. It is cut into the rock in the Valley of the Kings. The Valley of the Kings, if you go up that mountain and over to the other side, you get to see it. But it is just magnificent to get to visit the Temple of Hatshepsut. Beautiful space. So just drink in that view. This is just after dawn. That's why there's nobody there. 10,000 people visit a day. But we schedule everything so that we can have as much private time as possible. You are on a sacred pilgrimage. So feel the energy of that sacred pilgrimage right now. And we get to spend time, as Sam was saying, not just with the goddess Isis, but with her daughter, Hathor, her daughter-in-law, Hathor. So Hathor is Isis's son is Horus. Isis and Osiris had Horus, and Horus is married to the goddess Hathor, who is the goddess of love, beauty, joy, music, and pleasure. She's also my goddess, like, that I've taken on for myself, mostly because see how my ears stick out? They actually call me Hathor when I'm in Egypt, and they have for 25 years now. So I'm very grateful to get to feel Hathor. This is a beautiful gold piece, by the way, that I got in Egypt, and that is Hathor's head there. I don't know if you can see it very well, but a lot of gorgeous 18 and 22 karat gold in Egypt. And just look at this picture of the children of Egypt, excited and playful and joyous. Sam, can you talk a little bit about the locals and what your experience was seeing the locals in Egypt?
Yeah, absolutely welcoming and so loving and accommodating. And the children were just so adorable. I was just remembering a little boy that I met at Komombo, and he was just the sweetest little thing. He spoke English really well, which I was very surprised, and he just followed me for the whole time I walked from the ship to Komombo, and he just followed me, and he was talking to me, asking where I came from, just so loving and so welcoming. The people are they're just so loving. Like I've never felt so much love from a community. And you know, Egypt, the people there, they're just very, very accommodating. It's just so welcoming. You feel so safe being in their presence.
Yes, I totally love that, and I agree. Everybody's always like, is it safe in Egypt? I'm like, well, we travel with private security. One time the guy had to break up a traffic argument in front of us so our bus could get through. That's it in 33 trips. It's pretty great. It's really great. I always say if they reported the news in New York the way they report the news in Egypt, nobody would visit the Empire State Building. So it's actually much, much safer, because if they report that something happened, it is literally the only thing that happened. So there you go. We are going to take a look now at Luxor at night. I love this picture. This is taken across the street from Luxor Temple, but I want you to feel the energy. Look at the background. You see the horse and carriage. So you may get a chance to ride a horse and carriage if you come with us. However, I want you to see the ancient and modern aligning at this moment. The motorcycle in front is basically an Uber Eats delivery driver. They don't call it that there, but that's what you're looking at. That is the one KFC in Luxor, and that guy was parked, and I just thought that was such a great juxtaposition. So enjoy that picture. And then, of course, every day on our ship, we get to dine on the Nile. So just relax with this image right now and see in the distance all of the delicious chafing dishes closed up. But look at those tables. Imagine having your coffee, your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner right there. Isn't that wonderful? So just enjoy seeing that in this moment. And again, see the beautiful Nile and the light. The light is so different in Egypt. It's so special. Just enjoy that. All right, are you ready to climb? These steps are probably 6,000 years old, and we are going to take you in even deeper right now. We're about 3/4, I believe, of the way through our transformation and vacation journey. So give yourself this gift of really opening and imagine yourself climbing these stairs to your next level of energetic shift. Imagine yourself picking your way very carefully up these 3,000-year-old steps. But if you notice, you can go right up the middle and the stairs will support you. So take the easy path up. Take a deep breath right now in through your nose and out through your mouth as we climb even further into this experience. And you're standing right now in front of the Temple of Horus at Edfu. We never visit privately because it costs like $10,000, but we visit whenever we can at a time when no one is here. So the private cruise ship gives us this permission, and that's what allowed us to be in this space. So I could take this picture. If you look very far in the distance right here, you'll see three things. You'll see statue of Horus, another statue of Horus, this one wearing his crown, and a little tiny temple guard. Other than that, it was just us at the Temple of Horus. So right now, feel your solar plexus chakra opening. Feel the energy of your solar plexus opening. We've moved past the duality of the sacral chakra, and we're moving into our power center as we acknowledge the solar plexus and allow ourselves to open. And now we have the bottom three chakras fully open as we move to Karnak Temple. This is the largest temple complex in the world. We're here at dusk. Probably not. We're probably here at dawn. I've been there so many times. I don't remember when this shot was taken, but you're looking at just a part of Karnak Temple that is the Holy of Holies in the distance. There's a tiny little doorway right here, if you can see through that portal. But Karnak is huge, and Karnak will reveal one of its secrets to you. And I actually will show you a little video later. It's a little special secret surprise that I have for all of you for being on this call. It's a little extra gift. But just to give you an idea, this is a sphinx here in the front, a ram-headed sphinx. I'm sorry, no, that's a sphinx. There are 2 miles of Sphinx statues joining Luxor and Karnak Temple. And they have been, when I first started going to Egypt, there were like 12 of them. And now the whole 2 miles has been dug up, reconstructed, so that you can actually walk the same route that the priests walked. We will not be doing that, but we just know that it's there. So it's a beautiful thing. And you can see one of the colossi two of the colossi on the left and on the right side here of one of these columns. Really gorgeous, special place. We will also be visiting Dendera Temple, and we want you to feel at this moment your heart chakra opening. Feel your heart chakra opening. Feel yourself allowing the energy of your heart chakra to expand as we spend time with the goddess Hathor, These are all the face of Hathor on the sides of these columns, and you can see the color as they've been restoring the ceiling at Dendra. It's really beautiful. Now, there is some freaky stuff at Dendra, amazing crypts that have, all I can tell you is what looks like alien technology that we don't understand. And we will be spending time in there. It's really, really, really powerful to get to do that. We will also be visiting another special temple, and that's Abydos. And one of Egypt's many mysteries is this particular hieroglyphic piece, which is not that big. It's about 6 feet long, maybe. But anybody notice anything weird in these hieroglyphics? Just unmute anybody and say what you see. Just say one of the things you might see in this picture.
Helicopter.
Right? Absolutely, Nancy. Anybody
It's like a
else?
spaceship.
A spaceship? Absolutely. Yep. Anybody else? What about this? What does this look like to everybody? Anybody else?
A yacht.
A yacht. Nancy has a yacht. That's hysterical. That's wonderful. That's a submarine. And one more. Anybody got any?
It's like a helicopter.
Anybody see? Yeah, that's a helicopter. That kind of looks like a spaceship. This
Right.
is a submarine, and this looks like something out of. Anybody see Maverick this past summer? Looks like something out of Top Gun, right? A fighter jet. This is known as the Future Wall in Abydos, and it is remarkable for its singularity, and it is remarkable because somebody either had prescient vision or perhaps memories of their past lives. Remember that past lives aren't necessarily in the past in timelines. Past lives can also be in the past, just in your lessons. So when you have a past life, sometimes it can be in the future, right? And so maybe somebody remembered this. Hi, Michelle, and welcome. We're happy to have you here. So that's the Future Wall at Abydos. Now, in a minute, I'm going to show you something truly remarkable. I said I had a special surprise for everybody for being here. And this is the goddess Sekhmet. In a minute, this piece of our screen will start to move. So I want you just to be aware of that and to just be present for a minute. Whatever you're doing, just let it go for a minute. We want you to let the energy wash over you and activate you. Sekhmet is the energy of the goddess who clears out everything, like sacred, divine, scorched earth. So she's the fever that rages through your body so that you can heal. She's the field that burns so that the new shoots can grow. She's the goddess of all the chaos, if you will, so that order can be created. So I want to invite you just to watch this right now. I just want to invite you to watch this right now. Just take a look at the screen. There you go. Now, I'm going to see. I can't turn the voice down, but what you're looking at here is energy, which is easily captured on any video camera. I was there with somebody else. We had our iPhones up, and we were both capturing the exact same thing at once. Again, no filter, no enhancements, nothing. When you are in this closed space with the goddess Sekhmet, and we will get a chance to do a ceremony in here, it is so powerful. On my last trip, half of the people just fell on their knees the minute they got inside. There's something so overwhelming and powerful about this energy. And you just got a taste of that. People come in and they just cry. They just cry. I always cry. I've seen her all 30 something times that I've been in there, and she always just, when I come in, there's just something about her. She's so powerful. This is one of the few places where the statue to the goddess was consecrated, and it's still there. So it's very, very powerful. So I just feel that little gift that you got, a little lanyap. And then as we close out this part of our call this evening, look at Dawn at the Great Pyramid as you open your crown chakra. And imagine you've been in a special sacred ceremony. You've been inside for meditation and ceremony. You've been in there for 2 hours. And now as you come out, dawn is breaking. You're hungry, but you're spiritually fed all at the same time. And you've opened your crown chakra. And now all of your chakras are open from root to crown. Just feel that energetic opening as you look at these, again, enigmatic stones. So powerful. I love this picture. Love it, love it. Sam, can't wait to be back there.
I'm so excited. Like I said, I'm already dreaming of being there. Like my soul already feels like I'm in Egypt. So it's, it's like, hurry up time. Not that I want to wish time, but yeah, I'm excited.
So awesome. That's so great. So these are also the Egyptian people. Sam talked about that a little bit. This is a woman, again, I've known her for 25 years. She's in Old Cairo. She's standing outside of the church where Jesus was hidden as a boy, and where Jesus and Joseph and Mary were. And we are going to do Old Cairo on this trip together. So I'm really excited about that. Sam, I think that's going to be different for you as well. You haven't had a chance to do that yet, but it's so powerful. We'll be visiting Coptic Cairo. We'll be visiting a working mosque, which is magnificent also. It's really just a very special place. Okay. And we'd love for you to join us if you are ready to get on board. We'd love to have you October 18th to 31st. So we will be in touch with you all afterwards to talk with you about whether you want to, if you're interested in coming. But we have just a few spots left. And so we'd really, really love to have you. This is actually something that we get to do as well. This is the other kind of old ship that sails the Nile. It's actually a boat, I guess, technically. And this is called a felucca, and it is under sail. These are giant cotton sails. So we take a sunset felucca cruise around in Aswan. And so it's just beautiful, just beautiful. I know, PJ, the hits just keep on coming, right?
Sorry.
So PJ is so excited. Yeah, no, don't apologize. I'm super happy for you that you're going to get to come. It's amazing. Michelle says, goosebumps. Yes, love it, love it, love it. All right, beautiful. So I am going to stop the screen share, and I'm actually going to ask, first of all, if anybody has any questions about the locations or about any of the experiences that we just did virtually. Anybody have any burning questions about anything about the trip? Okay. So if you do, if anything comes up, you can put it in the chat, or you can you could just unmute when there's a break. I'm actually going to turn the call over to Sam, who is going to bring in the goddesses to help get you some clarity on anything that you would like support around. Sam and I both do transformational coaching work. and will be doing our transformational coaching work on this tour. I specialize these days in wealth coaching, but wealth coaching and transformation both. And hey, I helped Nancy manifest her yacht, I'm proud to say. So Nancy has yacht energy. That's what we love about her. And Sam also does incredibly powerful healing work. So those are actually bonuses that you get on the trip. So Sam, take it away.
Hi. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Just looking at those pictures again just brought me all the way back to Egypt again, as I've mentioned multiple times. But I am going to right now connect with the goddess Isis. Hathal's here too. But Isis has come forward. And now before I ask or before I answer any of your questions or help you with anything that you need some support or guidance on, Isis has a message. And her message today is about looking inwardly and asking yourself, where are you denying access to your full power? Okay, very important at the moment, because we're going through a period at the moment in cosmically, universally, where it's time to reclaim our power instead of giving it away. So I just want you to think about who you give your power away to, or what you're giving your power away to. Is it, self-judgment, because we lose a lot of energy when we're judging ourselves? Is it the fear of other people judging you? Is it allowing other people to make decisions for you or influence your own decisions? Those things there are really like coming up to be released. And Isis is saying, I would love all of you to find where you're losing your power to other things, people, thoughts, beliefs, concepts, and imagine just cutting it, finding some scissors and just cutting it off. Energy healing doesn't have to be so intense or so ritualistic. It can be as simple as using your imagination and just cutting it off and saying no more, because the intention behind it is what will allow you to claim your power back and hold yourself the way that you truly need to. Because it's only there where you will recognize and see the value that you have. That will shift your vibration in such a way that you will naturally begin to call in all that is aligned and designed for you. Everything that you desire will start manifesting as you take your power back and hold yourself in that energy and say no more. No more to people walking all over you. No more to people taking advantage over you, or no more giving your power away to other people influencing you in any way, shape, or form. It's not about that now. And it's not selfish to do such a thing. It's actually very, very empowering. And what that does, it invites the right people, situations, and things back into your life. Okay. Thank you, Goddess Isis. So does anyone have any questions? It can be about anything. I'm happy to answer. Isis is happy to answer. You can unmute yourself or type it up. It's up to you.
You can ask for clarity. You can ask for guidance. You can ask. It's hard to predict your future, but you can ask questions that will guide your future choices as well. So, and it would be great to hear from all of you if you have a question for Sam and for her channeling work.
So I have a question for clarity from Isis on what I have to do to go on this trip.
I love it.
So she is suggesting make the decision that you want to go. And we will help you put things into alignment for you to make it happen, because it feels like, she's showing me that it feels a little bit frazzled at the moment. There's just things like in your pathway, it just feels like there's a lot going on. But she's just suggesting that you make the decision that, yes, this is something I want. This is something I would like to do. And she and the guides, your guides, will specifically start working towards putting things back into place so that it makes it easier for you to move forward to make it happen, because it's all around the intention. And I'll just give you a little personal example on that, if you don't mind, Nancy.
Sure.
So Hallie started talking and advertising about her trip in March, in July last year. And a friend of mine had told me about that and said, Sam, you should come. And I said, no, not at this time. I've got 4 children. I don't think I can make it happen. Here I am again going. Anyway, but the trip kept coming up. It kept coming up. In December last year, just before Christmas, I had a friend, a client of mine as well, message me and say, Sam, I just had Goddess Isis wake me up. Mind you, this is at 6:45 in the morning. Goddess Isis wake me up and tell me that you need to go to Egypt. And I was like, okay. But prior to that, I was getting a lot of signs. I used to play this game called Subway Surfers, and the theme for November was Egypt. So every time I opened up this game, I was seeing Egypt. I was seeing Anubis. I was seeing all the symbols. And I was like, oh my gosh, why? why? Anyway, as soon as I made the decision to go to Egypt, literally, I ended up with this huge tax refund, which was enough to fund the trip. And I was like, okay, I'm off to Egypt. I paid my deposit, messaged Hallie and said, hey, I'm coming. She's like, I had no idea you were interested. And a few months later, I was on the trip. So it's really about the intention, because once Egypt calls you, the universe delivers. I can attest to that. Yeah.
Yep. And Nancy, I know that you know what it's like to say yes to you. I know that you know what that experience is like, because you've done it many times before, and it's you setting the intention and then taking the first step and then letting the universe fill in. So, I was listening to Abraham the other day. You all know, I'm an Abraham advocate. I love them. And I heard something that I've heard before, but I've never heard it in this way before. And what I heard was, not only when you ask, is it immediately given, but everything that comes south of that is just you getting into alignment with the thing that's already there. So when you ask again, or again and again and again, you are actually asking for the same thing over and over as if it wasn't already happening. But that's not what's really going on. What's really going on is the first time you ask, you get it, but you have to now align with that. So it's a matter of looking for the signs. It's a matter of being aware. It's a matter of welcoming it in. And it's a matter of taking that first step. So it's very powerful, very powerful. And the universe wants you to have, all your dreams and all your desires. So it's really beautiful. Okay. So Michelle or PJ, do either of you have a question? PJ, go ahead.
I don't know. I mean, I don't even know why I'm going. I just know I'm supposed to. I know I've had an affinity for Egypt since I was a child. I told you the story when I was 5 years old. I told my mom I was going to ride a camel around the pyramids. I don't know where a little kid, 5-year-old from Boise, Idaho, would get that idea, but I did, And for some reason, it's always been someplace that I felt like I was drawn to. And I don't know why I'm going. I'm in a period of extreme change in my life in the last 2.5 years. I mean, extreme change. And I'll show you pictures and you'll see that. And I don't know why I'm going. And it has happened really quickly. And I'm here and I'm going. And I think more will be revealed. I don't know what else to say. More will be revealed.
Absolutely. Yeah, I completely agree with you, PJ. Now, when Isis or Egypt call us and we get that urge to go, we have to honor that. I knew I was going to Egypt, like you, from a very, very, very young age. I had such an affinity with Egypt. Like, there was a store in our local mall as a little girl that sold Egyptian things. And every single time my mother would take us to the mall, guess where I would run off to? She would just leave me there. In the end, she was just like, sit here. And I would just sit there. And the man and I became friends because all I could do was look at all the things Egypt. And I always knew I had such an affinity. And I just knew I would make it one day. And the stars aligned for me last year. And well, here I am. Here I am. You know, I went in March and then I was like, I have to do this. I have to do this again and again. And I said to myself, I am going to Egypt every year for the rest of my life. And now I'm going this year twice. So that's amazing.
That is amazing. You know, one of the things that I live in a suburb of Cleveland, Ohio, and Cleveland has one of the best art museums in the country. Actually, the third best art museum in the country. And they have this huge Egyptian room. And I don't know, we've been members ever since I moved here 30 plus years ago. I can't tell you how many hours I've spent lost in that room. I mean, it just, every time, and it's like I've seen it a million times, but I still find things. Oh yeah, look at that, you know.
Yeah,
I love it.
I was practically dragged out of every single temple in March. So I can totally relate to it. So I think, you know, we're going to have a great experience this time around. We'll go along very well. It's being dragged out of the temples by Hallies. Sam, PJ, hurry up. I'm sure of that.
Exactly.
We always say that when we do our littler tours, because I've brought 75, 80 people at a time. So this is such a gift to get to do these smaller tours. And I always call them the bad kids tour. Because the first time I was in Egypt, I was you, Sam. I was like, you know, I'm going to be the last one on the bus. I didn't care. So I'm not encouraging any of you to be the last one on the bus, but we'll do our best to like stretch it out as far as we can. So Sam, any guidance from Isis or Hathor for PJ?
So I've had both Isis and Hathor come and yell basically at the same time. Trust yourself, not just for this trip, but for everything that you are going through. Trust yourself deeply, because the answers that you receive inside of you, in your heart, in your head and in your heart are the truth. You know the truth, and to trust that and never, ever doubt that at all.
Thank you. I will. Oh, made me cry.
They're yelling at you. I love that.
They're like straight in my head, like one on this side, one on this side. I was like, whoa.
Thank you.
That's so great.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And
All right,
Michelle says, I would really love some clarity and guidance, please, in preparation for this possibility.
Again, the same message for Michelle, to say yes. Say yes, that this is a possibility for you. Yes, that this is going to happen. Yes. And just say yes. Not just to the possibility of coming to Egypt, but saying yes to all the possibilities that exist for you to make it happen. Yes to client work. Yes to allowing and receiving. That's a very strong theme for you, Michelle. You know, Isis is saying, really focus in on your heart space and open it up. So just imagine your heart just expanding so that it is so much bigger. And this applies for all of us as well. Expanding your heart energy so that it is bigger than you. 3 times bigger than you, 10 times bigger than you, if you like, and just allow that energy to receive, to allow that the divinity or the divine to come and work into your heart, and allow that energy to work through your whole body, through your system, and allow yourself to receive at all levels, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. I hope that helps.
I don't know if Michelle can unmute. Yes, she says, thank you. Yes, it does. Excellent. Good. That's beautiful. So, Sam, any final words from the goddesses before we close out this evening?
That if you choose to come, well, regardless, actually, she's saying, no, we welcome you anyway. At all times, connect with us at any time. We're here to support you and guide you. We would love for you to be a part of Egypt and to experience so that you can awaken what needs to be awakened. If you are drawn to Egypt, there is fragments of your soul that are waiting to be awoken. You know, there's coding and there's energy there that's ready to be to be explored and unlocked. So if you feel called to that, say yes. Say yes and allow yourself to make it a possibility.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Isis. Thank you, Hathor. Thank you to anybody else who showed up who didn't get to say hey. And we are looking forward. Oh, Michelle says, yes, so beautiful. Thank you both. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. We're so looking forward to the trip. And we hope you had a wonderful time having a little virtual experience on this trip. It was really a blessing to have each and every one of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So